3, 2, 1. Kaizen, go.
Why all the pressure on me? I have no idea what I'm doing. It's your boy, Skinny Wang, coming at you live of State of the Wang. Joined with me is Luffy TV.
It's your boy, Skinny Luffy Wang. Also coming to you live is Boila.
It's your boy, Vietnamese Wang.
Oh, Jesus.
And then we also have
it's
our
me.
very own token white girl, Karma.
It's your girl. All clam slams? I can't. There's no Wang. I mean, I'm just. It's just me.
Clammy Wang.
How's
All
it
right.
going?
We'll work on that.
Yeah, fine.
Maybe the intro should just be like literally just saying hi, State of the
Hi.
Wang. Let's go. Hi, my name is Kaizen, and I'm a Wang. I've been a Wang for 2 months sober.
Clap, clap, clap.
Sober? That's funny.
Hi, my name's
Wait, we're
Luffy,
sober?
and I am a Wang.
Hi, Luffy.
Hi, Luffy.
I've been sober free for 69 days.
There we go. That's the number we're looking for.
Oh no.
All right,
My
so
name's Boila.
yeah.
Hi, Boila.
Hi, Abuela.
I've been a Wang for at least 420 days.
There it is. That's a long time,
That's
dude.
a long time since you've been a Wang.
It's just very true.
I mean, it is April. I mean,
I
we're
blame my
almost there.
parents.
We are
Oh,
almost
God.
there. 15 days away.
You know, we can blaze it real good. It's
Oh.
also your power hour too, isn't it?
Yeah,
Hey.
it is. No, don't remind me.
Yeah, don't remind
It's called the Totino's half an hour. We changed the name.
It's gonna be the
I sound-
Tostino's 15 minutes soon.
The
I suddenly
Totino's
don't
10
have to
piece.
do. Oh, I suddenly don't have to do the PSVR horror stream anymore. Everyone.
Oh, okay.
Me and Xavier found these Totino's bite-sized pizza rolls. We're like, we
Wait, they're
found-
smaller than the regular
Yeah,
ones?
we're like, we found the loophole.
Oh my god, I can't believe that.
We're just really big, and those are really small.
We just have real big hands. Don't worry
How
about it.
does that even work? There's barely enough in just like the regular size ones.
Yeah, so they sell it in a box of 150, and the box itself is smaller than the bag of 90.
Oh my god.
I thought it was pretty
Wow, that's hilarious.
Maybe don't release this podcast till after you do it.
Do they charge you more for that too?
funny. I didn't check the price, but I just know it
Oh my
exists.
That's, I would know, like, you know, that's a very good like marketing ploy, is that like you get mini versions and they have more of them, but they charge you more for the other ones that give you way more like cheese and sauce on them. Like, damn, smart.
Just release the podcast and then bleep out every time we say mini Tostinos or small.
I'll just,
Yeah, me and
I'll
Xavier
just,
found these.
I'll just,
It's like,
I'll
beep, beep, beep,
overdub
beep,
it with
beep.
me and Xavier found these extra large Totinos.
And while we at it, we are not sponsored, but are looking for sponsorship from Totino's. Hit us up.
Hit us
Among
up.
other things.
Please message Twitter/Totinos to let them know our interest.
I'm just saying we've generated a lot of revenue for them in the past like 2 months. So
I know.
We have.
Why
I'd be
not?
willing to eat Totinos and talk about Totinos for an entire stream.
exactly.
I mean, any
even
food
John
at this
got some.
point. I mean, it's fine. Like Hot Pockets, you know,
Hot
they
Pockets,
do
I'm cool with that.
things.
As long as
I mean-
it's not
Pop-Tarts.
Tony's Pizza, I
Yeah.
barely survived that one.
Oh God, yeah, no, don't do that.
What about Jimmy John's?
Jimmy John's. I do Jimmy.
There's
I
like
think
one
I've gotten
here.
food poisoning from
Oh.
Jimmy John's before too, but I'll still do it.
I feel like I remember that story too.
If I'm
You're just
getting
like-
paid, I'm doing it.
You're
this
just
is
like,
this is
"Oh,
for the
God."
money. Why don't we just go in and give each other give a short intro about our stream? I guess.
Honestly, well, give each other what?
I guess I guess what we could just do
I got
is
nothing.
introduce introduce yourself, what are your main genres, what are you playing right now, and what might be your next game to play or something like that.
Sounds fair.
good. Who wants
All
to go
right.
first?
All right, Kaizen, go.
No.
Who's
That's how it started.
Who's the
Three,
W
two,
in
one.
Wang?
No,
Oh God.
we're not
All
letting.
All right, I got this. Okay. So my name is Karma, which is but like the full name is Effin Karma. So if you want to find me on Twitch, that's exactly how you're gonna find it. Because there's a lot of different karmas all over the place. So it's EPHNKARMA. just an FYI. But I am mainly a Nintendo caster now. Do a lot of Splatoon, Smash, that kind of type deal, and some creative stuff. I've been baking cookies for like a bunch of other people pretty much since I started. I can't stop doing that. I don't know why. I just have, I enjoy it. And I've been doing basically a lot of like charity stuff. So I've been streaming so far for Cal Fire. I did the last one I did for Direct Relief. I do a lot of, St. Jude, Extra Life. Player versus Hunger was like, I think not too long ago too. But yeah, been what, 5 years, almost 5. Oh my god, we've been doing this for a long fucking time. Jesus.
Yeah, we have.
But yeah, that's mainly me. Mostly creative and Nintendo stuff. The next thing that I plan to is one that Boyla did not too long ago, which is Captain Toad, actually.
Ooh.
A little
Ooh,
single
the
player
hardest puzzle game ever.
Hey, it's pretty hard, all right?
action. Really? The
There,
It is
there are
for
certain
us.
puzzle things that you can like 100% for, and it's just like, where the fuck is this thing?
Are you serious? Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
I'm not kidding you.
Man, 2
It's like a
F-bombs.
collectible- it's
There
like
goes our
Banjo-Kazooie from
PG-13 rating.
It has like
I didn't actually say it. It's okay.
what makes me sad is like they just got a co-op for it, but it's once again it's just the local co-op. It's not
Yeah,
there's
it's
no online or
unfortunate.
anything. And I was like,
It'd be really cool to do.
man, like that'd be great. Like you could just get it's just a little, but it's like I get it, Nintendo. They've been doing this for so long now. That's like you just kind of have to realize that it's just mostly local, especially if
Yeah.
it's just the 2 players. So
Like I totally would be like, yeah, let's go, Karma, me and you, and then we'll both be really salty because like, what the heck is this thing?
exactly right. I'd be like, they're just expecting me to be Toadette, and then it turns out it's Boyla.
Oh, yeah, just like I'm Shiva, easy.
Exactly, it works the same way.
And then Karma
But-
lifts up my skirt. I mean, what?
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 Whoa,
Literally,
whoa, what just
the-
happened?
No, that's the best clip we've had. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like one of my best clips
I feel
from my
like
stream. Is the one where I'm using I'm zooming in on Shiva, and that's when you get the underwear shot.
Karma tried to shoot me with her long gun.
I
I
feel,
feel
like,
like this is a good segue for Buela to introduce himself.
yeah. So, Boyle, I hear you play games with Karma. What kind of games do you play?
So we've technically speaking, me and Karma have only played that one game together, except
one.
for Splatoon, but that doesn't. I don't count that because it's not necessarily like
I mean,
together
we haven't
together.
streamed it together. It's just more
Right.
like we played together, kind of thing.
But my name's Weila, Bweila. I stream a lot of different kinds of games. Lately, it's really just been Final Fantasy VII as of late. And I just finished Banjo-Kazooie last week. That took me like 3 days, which surprised me. I was hoping it would last like 3 weeks, but I mean, I play all kinds of different games. I'm not necessarily tied down to any particular genre. There's RPGs. There's like the Yakuza games, is one of my favorite series. And I think in terms of Karma mentioned charity streams, I've literally only done one, and it was St. Jude's. And I actually had a lot of fun with this, so I'm looking forward to doing it again this year.
That's
Hey.
right,
Ah.
St. Jude 2020. Oh wait, 2019.
Wait a minute,
like-
that's next year.
I mean, technically, you got other stuff. I mean, you can totally just jump over, but
It's like I thought you said this year, 2019.
2020. Oh God, am I
That's
gonna
right,
still
we
be
from the
alive at that
future.
point?
We will be the little floating heads from Futurama.
Oh, that would be great, wouldn't it? I would
Would it?
absolutely love that.
Would it?
I mean, I wouldn't be against it. And then
I'd
I
be okay
would
with it.
technically would be swimming in my own like food. You gotta drop it in there like a fish. You gotta.
You
know,
could
if
live
whatever you
on
didn't
like
eat,
a
it would just-
Soylent IV drip.
Oh, God. Ugh, it's true.
It's gotta be Soylent.
I don't know. All right.
Oh,
Well, I
Soylent.
guess now that we're in 2019, it's time for our boy Kaizen to introduce himself.
Oh. What's up, everyone? On Twitch, my name is Saint Kaizen, the self-proclaimed saint of Twitch.
Ah.
Yeah, I mostly am a co-op poverty gamer. Poverty because I try to play games that I can get for cheap. Co-op mostly because I play with my wife Sanya or with any friends that also have the game. I used to be the ex-community leader of Poverty Gaming, which we were all part of until we moved to this one.
RIP PGC. That was really hard to say.
RIPP, is that what you just said?
Rip
So
in
many
peace,
Ps.
Solomon.
I was gonna say RIP PIP for some reason.
Rip Pip.
Rip Pip Boy.
Oh,
Yeah. I had the
Rip
pleasure
out.
of meeting Karma, Buella, and Luffy at EVO 2016. And
Wow, that was
Over a
3
year,
years
5
ago, dude.
years.
5
Oh, wait, no.
years.
No, wait.
Whoa,
Math
whoa,
is hard, okay?
That
It's
was-
2021. That's what it
Man,
is.
that was
2021.
when Wang really was. We really started working on Wang, wasn't
Oh,
it?
yeah.
3 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah,
Absolutely
yeah.
was.
The official.
It's been 3 years in the making, guys.
That Korean barbecue dinner we had, that was
Yeah.
all Wang discussion.
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Every time we asked Karma to pull
Powwow.
over so we could catch Pokemon, we were actually just brainstorming real hard at that time.
I'm sure people can tell from the quality of this first podcast. They planned this for 3 years. I can tell.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All planned.
Highest of quality.
Speaking of plans,
4K
my name
Triple X.
is Luffy TV, LOOFIE. I try to make something catchy. I didn't really catch on. I mainly play RPGs. I just finished up Nier, and I was planning on starting Valkyria Chronicles soon.
Oof.
Outside of single player games, normally I just play whatever new multiplayer game comes out. It just comes out, and usually me and a few people check it out, and then we give our verdict at the end of that same stream. We're like, oh, that one sucked, or oh, that one was
Spoiler alert,
pretty
most of them
good.
suck.
It's like if anything lasts for a week, you're good to go.
Yeah, if a game lasts for more than a week on my stream, it's probably good, but it won't last for longer than 2 weeks. There's a death timer on everything that I play.
It's either that or it gets finished before then. You're like, well, oh, there we go.
Yeah,
72
or a
hours
game
remaining.
gets finished faster than I expect. I'm like, well, what do I do now?
Play it a second time.
No,
No,
that-
that's
do
just
that with
by
Devil May Cry?
Sarah.
it sounds
Sarah's
oddly
like, you know
familiar.
what,
It
I
was. I played Devil May Cry 5 twice in one 24-hour stream because I finished it so fast.
Oh God, did you really?
I
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
It was good
Oh my
though.
God.
Like I remember he was playing Devil May Cry when I went to bed, and then I
Yeah.
woke up and I was like, "Are you almost done with the game?" And he was like, "I'm on my second playthrough right now."
That's exactly what happened to me. My favorite was I was talking to him before, and he started, and he was like, "I was told this game is a good 14 to 17 hours, so I should be okay." And I came in, and he was like, "This is my second playthrough. I beat it."
Oh, it's too true.
Quality game.
Dude,
Oh
we're coming up with some really good segues. So Devil May Cry 5 came out last month in March. Other than that, I think the other big releases were Division 2, Sekiro,
And DOA.
and Dead or Alive 6.
The most esport
yeah.
of game.
I'm pretty sure it's already dead, but yeah, the most esport of
I feel like
game.
that's how it works with all these, because Soul Calibur 6 did the same thing. Like, it was out, and then, like, not much longer after that, it just...
A lot of
dead.
times with fighting games, if you're not like the big fighting games, which I mean like Tekken, in this case Dragon Ball now too, just because it's so many people are jumping on it, and Street Fighter, you don't
Yeah.
last very long.
Yeah.
It's such a shame.
Doesn't matter who makes you, like what developer it is, you
Mhm.
die almost right away if
You
you
like-
don't,
I mean,
you're not one of them.
It's like you live and
Balance
die
it,
by the
but,
community
yeah.
now, it seems like.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is.
it makes
And
sense.
most people don't have the time to train on too many different games at once, so they stick
Not
to
everybody's just
Even
along
just the
with Tokido.
one, I feel like it takes a lot of effort. Just trying to stick to one game and then like
Yeah.
constantly having to like keep yourself going.
Oh
for,
yeah,
you
playing
know.
Street Fighter 4 back in the day, that was like 6 hours at my friend's house after school.
I remember watching like my old ass roommate was like playing that nonstop, like watching the rank just like back and forth. So pissed off. Like,
You know,
God
I,
damn.
I did the same thing in terms of playing hours, and yet how come we did so bad at Evo?
What do you mean we?
That's
Yeah,
just
what do you
like the
mean?
norm.
Okay, me, just
What do
me.
you
alright,
mean we?
cool.
I just didn't. I didn't wake up.
Oh yeah, that's
True.
right.
Luffy, where are you?
It's like
I just woke up.
It's-
All right,
I
this
wasn't
one's gonna start in
trained.
20 minutes.
My
Okay.
bracket was at 8 a.m. I wasn't gonna make it anyway.
it's like nope, done.
I just
Can't.
get a text. He's like, "I'm still in bed." Like 7:40. Dude, just pool starts in 20 minutes. Yeah. 8 o'clock comes around. Where are you? I'm at McDonald's.
It's too true. You know what was really interesting to me was when Evo came out with the registration scoreboard for this year's Evo. And like Dragon Ball Fighter Z's down in 6th place out of 9 games right now.
Yeah. It's,
Even though it was so
that game's
popular
dropped
last
off.
year. Yeah.
It's dropped off a lot.
Do they move like depending upon like as it gets closer type thing? They just
Evo
or is it just set? Oh, the like the bracket stuff. Like, are they set to wherever like place they're at, like in that 1 through 9 or whatever, or does it like shift back and forth? Like
it's just back and forth. Those numbers are all based on registration numbers. So if more people start registering for this game,
Okay.
then it'll jump up. And a big like stereotype for FGC events and people is everybody registers late. Even when you give them like a discount for early bird, they still register late.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, I'm like, shit, because like Soul Calibur is like down at the bottom. I could totally just like jump in there.
No, I was looking
I could
at
probably get somewhere in it.
I was looking at the tier list and I was like, I could have another Pokken experience. Time to sign up.
Right.
I wonder what the current number for registration currently is, because when we went to Evo 3 years ago, Street Fighter V had 5,000 registered.
Yeah.
Do they show you like anywhere? Like
They
how many
do
people?
near the end, but not right now.
Yeah. They only
Okay.
show like preliminary numbers and then they'll release like the final numbers after registration is closed.
So like I'm curious on how many people signed up for Smash Ultimate right now.
I mean, I'm sure it's a lot. It's on that top freaking bracket there. So
Yeah, in the thousands for
Yeah,
sure.
I was really
Absolutely.
surprised to see Tekken 7 is number 2.
Yeah, well, Tekken's just been they've had so much support and their community is actually like gigantic. And ever since they started the Tekken World Tour thing, a lot more people have been coming out.
Damn.
It's,
Even though Dead or Alive is the superior 3D fighter game.
that's right. Speaking of Dead or Alive 6, did any of us play it longer than like 2 days?
I never bought the game in all honesty. I had
I
the core
mean-
fighters.
I mean, it has so much core value that I'm done after 30 seconds. You know? So like, core value.
Core values. What I would say is that I think the game was a very good Dead or Alive game. And I think that's all I could really say about it.
How did you like Devil May Cry, Luffy? Because I think you're the only one out of the 4 of us who played it.
I was the only one that bought it.
Yeah, I think so.
I actually
I
was
heard a
able
lot
to
of good things about it.
I was able to purchase that thanks to my generous Twitch subscribers. Anyway, I actually really liked it.
hashtag sellout.
I actually
While
really
using your coupon code from Greenman's Gaming.
bit.ly/Luffy GMG. GMG's all in caps. Please use that link.
You get 10% off easy.
I get
Make
10%
sure-
of your money.
Make sure if it's a YouTube video to have the link just randomly pop up.
Yeah, right.
Blink everywhere in Comic Sans. Like,
Pew, 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 pew,
The
pew,
entire screen is just gonna be all the button.
I just imagine it just like it's just showing. It's like there's just a bunch of them there, but they're all like spinning. Like it's just crazy. Like so, just like what the hell is it? Like why is this here? Just it's spinning like crazy everywhere.
just like the old virus pop-up. It just keep popping up all over the screen.
you know, you guys are creating very unrealistic animations that I'm not gonna actually do. Devil May Cry actually dropped an update, I think 2 days ago.
Oh,
for
Bloody Palace,
Their
right?
Bloody Palace update. From
Is
what
it,
I
like,
heard,
DLC.
it's free DLC, but essentially what it is, it's a 100 level tower where you just fight and fight and fight and try to get as high as you can.
Oh, okay.
And it's
I
like
think it
a
increases in difficulty, right? As you
yeah,
go.
it increases in
makes sense.
difficulty as you go up, and it's like the mini game that a lot of like hardcore Devil May Cry players like, the ones that like wanna improve their combos or like get really good at the combat. So that kind of serves that itch that you
Yeah,
can't
the
really get
hardcore
in the
fan.
story. Yeah, the hardcore players.
Hardcore.
The
But-
true devil.
Yeah, I felt the game was really good though. I would rate it probably up there with like Devil May Cry 3 or Devil May Cry the first one.
What about Devil May Cry
nice.
2?
Whoa. Did you guys hear
I was
something?
just like, did you not notice that he like completely skipped over 2 and 4? Because I mean, we all know the reason why.
I've
So,
heard they did a recap in Devil May Cry 5 and they pretty much skipped over 2.
Devil
when
May
they did
Cry
the
2's
Oh,
recap was
ouch.
like a sentence long. So was the anime. But they
Anime?
did, yeah, they recapped the anime in a sentence just to introduce one dude. I think it was
I
like
didn't
2
even know it was an
people.
anime.
Yeah, there was an anime. It took place in the timeline after Devil May Cry 1 and before 2, and it was pretty bad. Also,
What else is new?
you should watch it. It's like 13 episodes long. It's like a good
I don't know
binge
if I want
fest.
to watch it after
Wow.
that.
It's
They
pretty
really
bad,
put
but it's
13
good.
episodes of like time into that. Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny how that
I
works.
I like how you segued into, yeah, it's pretty bad. You should watch it.
It's pretty bad. You should watch. It's great for binging.
Like, wait a minute.
Well, are we talking about my stream? It's
What?
pretty bad. You should watch it.
Oh, feels bad, man.
Well, that encapsulates my stream too.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Isn't that
Mine
why we all
too.
came together? Like, ours are.
Oh, that could be something we talk about, how we came to be.
So how
Oh,
did
like,
we
how
come
you
to
first
be?
started?
Please, Kaiser, tell us the history
Yes,
of how
Kaiser,
we came to be.
please.
Why does it have to
origin
be me?
stories? I mean, it's pretty similar to Kai's.
brought it up.
Almost.
Oh, I don't know. It's like, hey, Luffy, word around the office is you have a fat wang.
Oh no, that's how I lost my first job.
And then in came Karma. She was like, "Does it smell like Wang in here?"
Fresh wang.
Excuse
Oh
me?
man.
And that was our origin story.
Good, good. This is lore now. We've said it on podcast.
Oh, so it's officially it's official lore now.
Oh no, we getting banned already.
I was like, I was like, wait, were we talking about the origin of our streams, the origin of Wang? And I'm like, well, clearly it's Wang. That total sense right there.
Yeah,
All this is gonna go on a Wikipedia, all about us.
It's literally just that, like just that sentence right
It's
there.
just gonna be that sentence.
that
There's gonna
little,
be
like,
no
cliff,
other
like,
Wikipedia information. Then Wikipedia's gonna have that little like citation marker on the page that's gonna be like needs reference.
Right.
All of our reference links are just gonna be our streams.
no.
All right. So the last thing I had on this list was Division 2, Kaizen. I feel like you played that one the most. How'd you feel about it?
For anyone who enjoyed the first Division, I feel Division 2 is a huge improvement. If you did not like the first one, this is nothing different then. It's going to be the exact same game. So that's my
Good.
take on it.
So if people are interested in buying Tom Clancy's The Division 2, where might they be able to purchase this item?
Well, Kyle, you're the one
We're giving
affiliated
so
with
big.
Green Man.
Oh crap, you don't have an affiliate link too?
It's like,
Are you really selling out yourself so well? Oh, it's so good.
damn.
It's so good,
Well
Luffy.
I know, I was like, whoa,
done.
dude.
Well done, sir.
Damn,
well
what a
done.
pro.
Here, you know what?
Golf clap.
Let me go and check right now. So I can give them I can give the people the most up-to-date deals available right now.
Gosh.
I was like, I mean, I got like an email from them recently, but I'm pretty sure I got rid of it. So I'm like, the whole like, trying not to buy new things just because of saving for other things. I've gotten a lot better about that, which is nice though. Like, not like being like, oh my god, this game's coming out. Like, I really want to play it. When I realize, like, when am I gonna play this damn thing?
Yeah,
Happens
you
to
like
the
buy a
best of us.
game and then it just sits in your
It's just-
library
yeah.
forever.
I'm like, oh, it hurts. It hurts
But
every time I do that.
I'm a huge fan of Division 1, so I did really enjoy Division 2. And I just want to say real quick thank you to Richo for gifting me and Sanya the game. Been really
That's
fun
really
playing
good.
it.
I found it funny that like y'all were getting like super hyped up for Division 2, and for some reason like it like fueled me to want to play Destiny 2. Like it brought in like nostalgia from like way back. I'm like, I don't know why. Now I just feel like jumping around and pew pewing, but I don't want to pew pew that one. So I'm gonna just jump back into this one instead.
It's just because they keep bringing up the 2Ds, that's why.
It's probably the D2 part. It's just like
Diablo 2, let's go back.
Let's
Oh
go
my God.
back.
I'll edit that out, don't worry about it.
But yeah, there's also like that mention of that Splatoon, like the 7-day free, which was funny because a lot of people that like we mentioned it everywhere, but then I don't think like anyone really played during that trial.
Which is
I
funny
find
because a lot of more
hilarious.
people are playing now.
Yeah.
After the trial is over.
That's what I find really funny is that like that's like the next week after it was like now we're getting like all these new people, which is great though. I mean, not to mention the fact that like I think it's actually on the 420 weekend is another Splatfest.
Oh, yeah. Tortoise
Yeah.
versus the hare?
Yep. Still not sure who's gonna pick what. However, we've got we got free gear, I guess, if anyone wants to pick that up, which is like a bunch of visors and shoes.
I think that's something that's interesting about Splatoon is that when they drop free equipment for you, it's not necessarily like go in game and you get it. It's
Yeah.
go into the news section
News.
of the Switch. Go,
I feel like so
scroll
many people
down,
miss it.
claim, and then you can pick it up. Now it's a box that's in front of you.
Yeah. Like there's so
Yes.
many things people miss because they don't realize, oh, I have to go into the news to
Sounds too
grab this.
complicated.
It's a
Push the
cool
button.
idea,
Yeah, it is.
but it's just that nobody ever checks the news. Like how often would you guys say you check the news on your Switch?
I'm not
My
gonna lie.
news in Japanese shows up before my news in English. So I don't
Actually,
check the
mine
news.
too.
I mean, to be honest, it does kind of make sense just because like they tend to get stuff before we do. I mean, technically they got like they gave you like ability chunks for Splatoon, but apparently like Japan had them, I think, like easily like a few weeks before we even got that news update.
That's understandable.
So like it does make sense, but I'm not gonna lie, like anytime like I see that little like dot on the news, I check it. I don't know if it's gonna be anything that's worthwhile to check, but it's just been like a weird trigger for me. Like anytime that little dot's like, if it's down there or if it's like by my friends, I'm like, I need to get rid of that freaking dot. It needs to
That's
go
true.
away. I need to figure out what's causing that issue.
I feel you on that one.
It's one of those things.
I do that in Discord too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also,
every time there's a
technically-
ping, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, was it last? Well, I mean, actually, technically, it was last month. Was like the finals for the Splatoon
Open.
and the Open, which technically I was part of a team with Abe and with Sam Hart and Knox were part of the squad too, and I didn't actually play in the one game that we had. Our team got wiped pretty hard apparently because it was like all X rank people in like the team that they were going up against, and apparently the team that beat that team was in the semifinals, and I don't know if they won or not, but yeah, they were. It was like a big thing that they had at PAX East the last week, so.
I
Like,
think they had a huge like setup for it too.
Mm-hmm.
from
Yeah,
what I saw.
I think it's pretty cool. Like Nintendo's like trying to push a little bit more on the esports.
It's
things.
pretty cool, yeah, that they're actually more accepting of it. I remember a few years ago they were pretty against it.
They
Mhm.
hated esports.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it
especially
seems like
especially
Smash.
early 2010s. They
Mhm.
hated esports, but it's nice to see them like kind of coming around to it. They're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
you know what? People play our games for this purpose.
I mean,
Yeah.
they finally noticed that like, hey, this not only is this like our game, but it's like in the limelight right now. And I think they finally noticed that.
there's a market base for it. I think that's kind of like the main thing that they're realizing. It's like, well, if people want this and there's a market for it, and it means people are going to pay money to
Absolutely.
buy the game to like get into these sort of events, then why not?
And not even just that, like they'll pay money to buy the game, get good at the game, but they also pay money to go to the tournament and compete because
Mhm.
Nintendo is going to be a sponsor there because it's their game, right?
Yep.
So they're going to get money from it. Now they're making extra money. Who hates
Exactly.
extra money?
I dude.
All right, I'm leaving then.
Where's my Nintendo Labo esport tournament?
We're still waiting on the VR, man.
That's true. That's coming out soon. That's coming out this month, isn't it?
Is it really?
I think it is. I mean, it's
I
on
didn't know the official thing on it, but
the
I
Nintendo.
think it's really cool though. Like
It's a cool concept.
Oh yeah,
I
it's
saw
coming
that-
out next week.
Oh,
It's
wow.
coming out
Alright.
April 12th.
I think it's cool. It uses like because you guys remember like I think it was like 5-6 years ago Google released like that Google Cardboard that you can get. Like you just like order it for free and then they ship it to you.
I don't even remember that.
They're basically doing something very similar to that. Like it's still cardboard.
Right. I mean,
But-
it's Labo. Everything is cardboard.
Now you can like actually strap it to your face, which is pretty cool.
I heard it's actually pretty
Wow.
innovative, like the games that they have designed for you. Like
Yeah.
there's this one where you're like an elephant or something.
Yeah.
There's one where you play. Oh, the one I remember reading about was you play as like Frogger kind of, but every time you jump, you have to press a pedal, and the pedal
I
like
saw that
pushes a
pedal,
gust
too.
of wind towards you, so it feels like you're
Mhm.
actually like jumping.
That's kind of
It-
cool.
it actually like seemed really cool concept of that, where like you still have just the VR headset on, but the idea of like just pressing down on a pedal like gives you like that ability to like jump the character and move it to wherever you need to. Like,
Yeah,
to
I
be
would
honest
have
with you, I'm like, I kind of feel like I might spend some money on some cardboard so I could do that.
Pretty cool. I don't know. I don't know. Like, are they releasing it as like an all-in-one kit like they did with the variety
So
kit?
there
I
are two
believe so.
sets. There's a $40 version, which is just the VR with the blaster, which is just one mini game,
Okay.
and then there's the VR with I think four other mini games, including the blaster, for $80.
Yeah. So they have like a wind pedal. That's what you guys are talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
They also have a bird apparently,
yeah.
Yeah.
and like
Who
a
among
camera
us
that
is
you
gonna
can
pick it up?
run into it.
I'll
I don't know.
I'll probably grab it, and then make Xavier build it. I actually bought the Nintendo Labo Robo kit. I have not opened it yet. I've been too intimidated to construct cardboard.
I remember that. Yeah, because it was on sale, right?
Yeah.
Like, how much did you end up paying for that? Like 40?
I think $40 when it normally
Yeah.
retails for 90.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good deal.
Yeah, I haven't built that yet. I'm not ready for the ridicule that I'll receive when I try to build it on stream. Wow, this guy can't
Just-
bend cardboard. It's hard, okay?
I mean, you've made Gundams. It can't be that bad.
That's what you think.
I know, right? Because I've actually done that before, like making those. Then you're like trying to get rid of like the little pieces on the end, and you break something, or like the pain of breaking Gundam parts.
So who's looking forward to it? The
I think it'll be
Nintendo
cool.
Cardboard.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. I don't know if
Yeah.
I want it yet.
I think that's the thing too with like a lot of these, like as much as like you have this like hype for it, like you don't want to jump in like too quick because
Right.
it's new, and therefore like you want to see how how it looks, and like all I've seen is just literally like a guy sitting and tapping the platform, which looks cool. Like I'm not gonna lie, but I want to see the content that's behind the freaking VR. Like I want to see how things work and see how other people think about it, not just okay, well that's cool. I mean, but
I probably won't be getting it because I usually base my game purchases on whether or not I can stream it, and there's no way to stream that.
Yeah, there's definitely no
Oh,
way.
that is true. Well, it'd be a great stream. It's just a camera, and you're like, this is so cool.
I wish you guys could see what I'm seeing.
right.
The Switch is not even on.
No,
It's
you
just
you like
cool, yeah.
shove the webcam up in front of the screen with you. Like, look, now you can see.
Blind everybody. It's all blurry.
If I could capture the gameplay, then I would definitely get it. But since I can't, then
Is
I'll probably
there
skip.
is there a price point for it already or no?
Yeah, Lippy, I mean, was
The
saying that
Labo?
I think
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's either
the new
40
one.
or 80.
yeah.
40
So like
or-
40 will get you like just the blaster mini game, and then 80 is the one that gets you like all of them basically. So far.
Yes, I mean it's not too expensive, but it's pretty steep.
Yeah.
40 is not bad to jump in, I think.
To
I don't
try it
think so.
out, yeah, but still.
Even still, like for just like the one mini game, I feel like it makes more sense to wait it out for like the full thing for that to go down, because then that
Yeah.
way like you're at least getting more bang for your buck, I suppose,
Right.
with all of them. But yeah, I feel like it's still too soon. Not to mention, it's kind of like with what Kai said, is that like can't stream it, unfortunately, and that's
Yeah.
like a big draw for a lot of us, is being able to show people how things play. So
It'd be a cool like party thing though. Like, hey, check
oh,
this
for
out.
sure.
Did you
I mean, that's
guys-
like all of them.
Yeah.
The VR stuff is great.
All
Well,
right.
speaking of stuff that's releasing this month, there's quite a few things releasing, but none of it necessarily like only like one or two is really like a new game. Like there's a lot of ports and stuff coming out though, or
Mhm.
collections.
Which
Well,
game is
I mentioned Days Gone, which is
Is that this month?
Yeah, that's definitely this month.
Oh wow.
I personally like I want it, but it's that thing where I'm like, I don't want to buy anything new because I don't know when I'm going to be actually playing it.
Right.
Because I'm
You don't
still
want to drop
I'm
that
literally
60.
yeah, I know, I'm literally still playing Valkyria Chronicles 4, and I bought that way the hell back.
Oh yeah, released
like-
on the 26th.
So like that's what it is. Like I'm going like, okay, let me finish this other stuff first. But it's like it's on my radar, it's on my wish list. Like it's a thing that I know that I want to get to. I really love like it's it's the same sort of Last of Us type thing. However, it's like zombie hordes, and you're like this dude on a bike, like trying to survive and like get enough like gas and fuel like for your bike and like customize it so you like keep it going and all that stuff and zombie bears and all random shit like I and the story seemed pretty legit too, but like you know yeah, it's funny because I actually don't really like The Last of Us. I don't know what it is, but like it might just be because I've seen so many people play it and like the hype that got behind it. But like watching it, like I don't. There's just something I'm just like I don't feel like I want to play this. I mean, I'll watch somebody play it, and I mean it's fine. But then like after a little bit, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna move on to something else. Like I don't know what it is though, but
I think the big appeal behind The Last of Us is more so that it's not about the zombies. It's about the people who are surviving and how they're surviving and how they're interacting with each other. I think Days Gone is going to be a lot more. It's not going to be less than that. I think the interactions between the different humans will be interesting, but I think it's going to be more so about how exactly do you survive when like 90% of the world's population are actually zombies and they're all running at you.
Yeah.
Plus, it's going to push the hardware like crazy.
Oh hell yeah! With the like just horror them just coming at you. Good God. Just also why I'll get it on PS4 because there's no freaking way my laptop's gonna deal with that. There's no way.
I thought it's a PS4 first anyway.
I think it is.
Yeah,
it was at PlayStation Experience. I remember that. And usually when
okay.
it's on there, it's gonna be either exclusive or it's at the very least it's gonna be on there for first for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
I think it's exclusive though.
Last of Us 2 is just Sony, right? Or are they planning to do that on PC?
Oh, that's only Sony.
Only Sony,
okay.
Yeah.
So I would imagine, considering it's the same, I'm pretty sure it's the same people that made The Last of Us. They'll probably just keep it on PlayStation anyway. So.
Speaking of some re-releases, though, there's a lot coming out on the Switch. Like I'm seeing Ace Attorney Trilogy coming out. Seeing Final Fantasy X and X2 HD remaster coming out.
Actually, 10 and 10 2 remaster, and then actually later this month is going to be the 12 as well.
Yeah, 12 also.
Wow, really?
I'm like, those are some good games that
they're I think they're releasing all of them on the Switch except for 8. They haven't said anything about 8 yet.
Yeah, they didn't say anything about 8. I don't know. Were they gonna do 13? I don't think they were. Right?
I don't think so. I don't like.
No, that
13
wasn't part
was successful, but I don't think it was successful enough for them to want to bring it over.
No. It pretty much was just the 7 through 12 stuff. Of course, minus 8, which I still don't understand that part. But
8 was such a weird one, but it was still a goodie.
Going on for re-releases though, I think the two of the more interesting ones coming out this one is Cuphead's coming out in about 2 weeks on the Switch. I know that one has a huge like cult following, pretty much. Like
I had a good time with that one. It was like
I was hoping it was more of a platformer, and it's like it's not like there's a little bit of it, but it's more of
more of
shooting a bunch of bosses.
It's more of a boss rush.
It is Mega Man, but like more of just the bosses. There's not so much that much platforming involved in it.
It's like Mega Man's Shadow of the Colossus. Mm-hmm. I think the best thing about it is just the portability and being able to take that game anywhere you go, and then you're on the bus and you're just screaming your head off.
God damn this stupid boss!
I think another interesting one is actually, I think Kaizen will like this. I don't think he'll like it, but I think he'll find it interesting at least. Is Dragon's Dogma is actually coming to the Switch.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good game. I probably won't get it, but it's a good game.
I never finished that game.
Now?
I never finished it myself, but I mean, the fact that it's coming out on Switch is again just like the portability of the Switch. It makes it so easy to play this game whenever I want.
True.
I think that was a big reason why I never finished games, is because
that is another thing. By the way, I've been trying to like tell myself not to do is that like as great as I love the fact that there's this portability on the Switch, is the fact that like I know I have these games on other systems, so I shouldn't I'm like, don't buy this because you can easily hit the other console and like play it there or like on PC or whatever. Because a few of them that I have, I'm like, I have this. I shouldn't have it on here, but I have it on here too. Now I've got like 2 or 3 copies of this thing, and I'm like,
Yeah, since the Switch came out, they've released a lot of these games, and I'm actually glad. I've waited on a lot of these games, like Cuphead I've never owned
yeah,
and stuff like that, and I'm really glad that they're doing it because it makes me want to buy it more when it's on the Switch.
yeah. It's the portability is amazing. Like,
Yeah.
that's a great selling point for it. So like there is that thing too. Is like a lot of the stuff that I didn't buy because like I knew that like I wasn't gonna play it on PC or something like that. Like now that it's like the indie stuff is on the Switch, I'm like, this is totally on my wish list. Like I'm, I have the feeling like I'll probably like hit this up when I'm like on an airplane or like on vacation at my mom's when there's absolutely no internet type deal.
Exactly, it's perfect. Like you can use it anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
Even on the toilet.
especially on the toilet.
That's right. You know those old like Reddit posts where people be like, "Look, I'm playing the Wii U from my toilet," and like the door's wide open and the TV is like down the hall. No
Because you
more.
can't like you
Now
can't
you
close
can-
the door because then the connection
Yeah.
drops.
No
Yep.
more. Now you can close the door.
Just remember to wash your hands.
Nah,
Good
Absolutely.
Lord.
nah. Just wear gloves.
Just
These are my pooping gloves.
oh god.
So the last game that's coming out that I'm kind of excited for is Mortal Kombat 11. I actually didn't know that
Yes.
that was coming out this month until like
Yeah,
a couple days ago.
yeah. Actually, NetherRealm has been actually they've been doing a really good job, but also not a great job of marketing it. Like a lot of people know about it. Not a lot of people knew it was coming out, but they've been doing every single week. They've been doing what's called a combat cast on Twitch, and they literally stream a reveal, and then they show off the game a little bit, like, and like it's been like this since like the big Mortal Kombat event they had in LA, which was like 2.5 months ago, 3 months ago, like in January.
Is that
They-
gonna be at Evo or no?
Yeah,
Mortal Kombat?
it's,
It is.
It's definitely gonna be at Evo. Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah,
Okay. I thought maybe
And-
like they're just doing 10 because 11 is like
The
just
thing-
coming out type thing.
the thing about 11 is that I think it's going to be a really good game. 10 was actually a huge step in like the big like right direction, and I think they're trying to capitalize on it more. They made a lot of changes, and it's a little. I think it's going to take a lot of getting used to, but it's definitely going to be a really good game. And they always have like a really good like single player experience as well. Like there's always a ton of stuff you can do by yourself if you don't want to play competitively or online.
The Mortal
Wow.
Kombat story has always been really fun to follow as well.
Yeah,
I'm
and
actually really
literally every
surprised
single
about
game
that.
is connected. Like
I
they
mean, I
never
haven't played
did
Mortal
that.
Kombat since it was like way back. Like that was like freaking Super Nintendo things. I'm just like, oh, okay. They have like a single player going on. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have a whole huge like story mode. It's like multiple chapters, and you play as different characters, and it's like a whole cohesive story.
That's kind of what make the
Oh.
NRS games really popular. Well,
Like Injustice?
yeah, Injustice also
Yeah.
has a really
Okay.
good story.
Yeah, it had a fantastic story. Like, I'm actually thinking of buying the comic books based on the game.
Oh yeah, based on the game's story. I remember it was
Yeah.
actually done really well too.
It was done very well.
I mean,
And-
to see Superman go bad is just so cool. Because he's
Yeah.
always such a goody, you know. So to see him like switch side and just
And they did a really good job of like switching gears on you a lot, and it was really cool.
Oh, wow. That's
But yeah, Mortal Kombat 11 looks like it's gonna have a lot, just as much like single player stuff as the last one. A lot of story mode stuff. There's like the tower stuff from like the old games where you like climb the tower and beat people up along the way, and then you can do like the mini games like test your might and stuff like that. And they also have returning. I don't think it was in the last game. Returning is something called the Crypt, which is like
oh yeah,
an
I remember
unlockable
that.
area. So you go in, you like get currency throughout the game. You get like different coins and stuff like that. You can use like gold coins on this coffin here, and it unlocks something in the game. Like it could be a character costume, it could be like concept art, stage art, all that kind of stuff. Like background music, everything. There's like a ton of random like unlockable stuff, fatalities and stuff like that are still in there, and brutalities.
Oh
Yeah, you
yeah,
can unlock 'em all
Soul
like that.
Calibur does some of that too, right? I'm like trying to.
I think most
kinda
games do
play on
some of that to some extent. It's just
but not as.
what Mortal Kombat did well about it, and at least Mortal Kombat 10 was it just puts a area you can just kind of travel around and unlock yourself.
Right.
unlock your stuff rather than a menu.
Yeah, you actually like physically walk around in it in first person.
I remember
Oh,
I thought that was the horror segment of the game, and so I was actually really scared when going through that
It's
crypt.
actually it's pretty spooky. Like the atmosphere they build in that crypt is actually really scary.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's like people screaming in the background and like blood drops and like monster stuff sounds all over the place, and you're just like, I don't want to be here.
It's like you
But I
guys
need
playing
to be
Pacify
here.
all over.
Never heard of it. I don't think that game
Hey,
exists.
speaking of Pacify, we did have a community night back in March.
Yeah, so I was
For
actually going to
WANG.
ask you guys, does anyone remember what we did in that community night? Because it's been so long.
I wasn't there, unfortunately.
I couldn't be there. I didn't have the game and I had to be out.
That was
Yeah,
literally
yes.
that same weekend that we had that Splatoon, like our competition. Like, so I was just like, oh, the
So I
timing
guess
of
it was
this.
just me and Luffy playing tabletop with each
Yeah,
other.
literally
I
just
just-
me and Kaizen playing tabletop.
I saw a lot of very interesting drawings on the table.
Oh
Yes.
yes, we were playing strip poker.
Who won that?
I
Everybody.
don't know. No one won. That
Nobody
was
won.
the result.
There was only
God.
regrets.
So for our first community night, we ended up playing Tabletop Simulator with a few other people. We played games like what is that game called? Is it called
Hitler?
Secret Hitler?
Hidden Hitler? Oh,
It's
Secret
called
Hitler.
Hidden Hitler, Secret Hitler, and then we played Joking Hazard, which is like a comic version of Apples to Apples or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually really fun. I'd actually be really interested in going back to Tabletop Simulator again to try out some other games. I remember
I
I
like
remember
pick it
we
up.
played that like forever ago too, and it was like, what's the name of that game? I think it was Coup. Is the name of it? Like the card game or whatever? Like, I think so. It literally just Coup, which is like COUP or whatever.
COUP.
Wella's laughing because in Vietnamese that means penis.
I wasn't laughing until now.
It's like, now you exposed it.
Like,
Now I'm
what?
laughing.
Coop?
Why you gotta be like that?
Because I was laughing at that.
I was actually imagining it as being coo, like the sound a pigeon makes. Okay.
Oh yeah, I was thinking bird too, for sure.
Yeah, same here, same here.
But yeah,
That's not
it's
a
like
bird, Kaizen.
it's like different, assembly type characters, and it's like you're trying to like, not show people like who you are, but like each one has like the ability for you to like take, coins or whatever thing, and like you're trying to like, either like you could lie about it and like, take more, and people could be like, hey, I don't believe you're that person, like,
So it's like those the werewolf and the mafia games and the resistance
yeah,
games.
yeah, like
that,
there's a
like
bunch of
those.
types that are similar to it. I think even Bang sort of does that.
Ooh,
Sense.
bang! Now that's a game that needs to
remember.
be on Tabletop Sim.
Oh my god,
Hell
that's so much
yeah.
fun.
We should have another community night coming up soon. I don't know how soon though.
Weren't you talking about doing it like on the same like?
Oh, you mean right after the
420?
Totino's, the good old
Uh-huh.
Totino's half an hour?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that
I think
might
like
actually
everyone
be-
the consensus sort of seems to be like that. Everyone, like a few people in the community wanted to do Jackbox, so we're thinking
Oh, right.
pop out Luffy's. He's got all the games, so we're like, sweet.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
another night on Luffy channel.
You know what? Let's make that announcement right now. April 20th. April 20th.
It's
Maybe-
perfect, actually. It'd be really easy for you to play Jackbox and eat the Tostino.
No,
Tostinos.
eat
There you
Totino's,
go.
start Jackbox, and
We're all
die.
gonna be lit, just playing Jackbox.
Yeah, but I guess time
Nuts.
is still tentative, but let's shoot for something in the afternoon again.
Yeah,
That
sure.
seems like a good time. for all
Saturday
the different
afternoon.
I
times.
feel like that's gonna definitely be an easier time for me to be around, especially 20. But we'll see how well I work, I suppose.
Yeah, and then I think what we'll be doing for Jackbox invites for people that want to play is we'll be dropping the invite code in the Discord channel rather than in Twitch chat, just to make it so that Discord members
it
can
safe.
join. We'll have priority in joining.
Makes
Mm-hmm.
sense.
Good plan.
And that way we get less penises.
Or more, depending.
Oh, no, that's
wow.
true. Oh, no.
Well,
Or more, depending.
More casual penises.
More casual.
More quality Wang.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Well, April 20th. Let me put that on my calendar before I forget.
To write this stuff down.
Okay, you can't forget. You're doing the power hour anyway.
I'm gonna forget to pick up Xavier
I mean,
too. Just
we-
wake up. I was
we've
supposed to
said
do
these
something.
And Xavier's just like, Luffy, where are you? I've been waiting for an hour.
Like we've literally like made comments about stuff, and then we're just like, wait, when did we talk? Like, oh God, someone needed to pin this.
Oh, you
Oh,
know what I just
Jesus.
realized? This podcast keeps us accountable for things. I'm gonna have to delete some stuff.
This is why I never
Well,
said I'd do anything.
It's been great.
I'll work it out in post.
It's literally like only like maybe like
Post-production.
a minute long because they're just like, no.
But speaking of the
Gotta get
power
rid of
hour,
all this.
that
Whoa,
was
whoa.
a
Shut
incentive.
up, Willa.
I
Shut up, Willa.
wanna tell you. I wanna correct you real quick.
Penis.
It's called the power half
be doing
an
the
hour.
power hour.
Half an
If I
hour.
If I keep mentioning stuff that has to be bleeped out, she can't use any of this.
In addition to the power hour,
Penis.
Half an hour.
Ken also already
Ken?
did his own,
Oh.
Yeah,
which was the Kendalina
Yeah.
stream, which he did almost right away. Now
That
we're
was
just
wonderful,
waiting
by the way.
on
He has an
Luffy's
emote that
420.
actually is his face. It's great.
On 420, Luffy's doing his incentive, but I feel like there's one more incentive that
Oh, it was
Has it
Mio.
right?
She
Oh,
did
yeah,
her
it was
24 hour
Mio. She
stream.
did that
Yeah,
24
yeah.
hours. Pretty good.
Well, there was that, but I feel like there's another
I feel like there's something to do with like
something
spooky.
VR, spooky
No,
stuff.
doesn't sound
With, like, a
familiar. I
visor or
remember
a
saying
helmet.
that I will not be getting Nintendo Labo VR, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, good because Nintendo Labo VR isn't spooky, but I hear
Oh,
Resident Evil
my-
7 in VR is.
Very scary how much it costs. I don't know about you.
I heard that if you just sit really close to your computer screen while playing Pacify, it's almost like a VR horror experience.
I don't want to play Pacify either.
Speaking of which, I mean, if we're gonna do the St. Jude thing, we should bring up with some like team incentives for that too. And I was mentioning like 4-player type stuff. I mean, probably want to see some horror stuff. I can imagine people are
I don't know
probably
about
gonna want
that.
Oh,
That
penis.
that's still in the
I mean-
that's still in the workbook. We can bring that up
I
another
mean,
day.
I'm just saying, like, I feel like that if anything, like that's, I mean, because technically St. Jude Play Live is coming like near I think it starts on May 1st. Like they usually start, I think, like the end of this month. But I know, like, if we're bumping this as a team, like I feel like they're gonna want those team incentives, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna like I'm not a fan of it. Trust me, I got a little incentive of my own that I'm not thrilled about. However, like what's gonna happen. Like they're gonna be like, let's drop this so they can all get themselves scared shitless. Like,
I have an idea. Why don't we just make an incentive for all of us to play either a 4-player co-op or a simultaneous stream of a horror game? But we can only do it when Twitch releases the squads for affiliates, which they're probably not going to do for a while.
hey, there you go.
So by the time they release that,
Listen.
no one's going to remember it.
We got it.
don't-
We got it. Genius.
Don't show them our entire playbook there, Boyla.
I'm just saying,
We're
cut
just
this out.
gonna
But
literally just stuff to remind yourself. Cut this. Cut this. Cut this. Literally, like I said, it's gonna be like 1 minute of content.
Dude, one
Just
day
cutting
when
everything.
we're big in esport, I'll release this as the uncut version, and we're just gonna be
Live
exposed.
and
everyone's going to be like, you were going to do what? What?
What?
Wait a
It was
minute.
actually called the Power Hour.
Were you just saying penis the whole time?
All right, so that's been our Wang podcast. Thanks for listening and hanging out.
Been great, guys.
Before we head out of here, I think our boy Kaizen had a announcement to make.
Wait, I did. What am I announcing?
I did what?
You know,
know that
wink,
thing?
wink.
Thing, the thing. State of the Wang.
Wait, why am I doing it? I feel like Buela has the much better voice.
All right,
minute.
all right, Boyla,
That's not
please,
true.
someone announce it.
All
What
right,
are we announcing?
ladies and gentlemen.
I try to figure out which part of this outline
Thank
is
you
an
for being
announcement.
here. and as we close this final segment here, the real state of the Wang is the state of the Wang is no more. we've officially actually changed the name now. It's going to just we're going full casual. Literally called Gone Full Casual. Everyone's just a bunch of filthy casuals. That's
Well, I
the.
don't know if we can say that one.
Can we really?
I don't know if it's
Can we not?
copyrighted to say filthy casuals.
What if we spell
Yeah.
filthy with an IE and then that covers our base?
I mean,
No, I
like
got
I'm saying,
it.
like we're not actually like
FY
using it
LTHY.
anywhere.
F
It's not
I
like
L T H Y.
F-
Wait, that's the right way to spell it.
FY.
I mean, we
FY
could just say like we all
LTHIE.
casual. I mean, we've always been freaking casual. I mean, think about it. Like since like I mean, maybe not since day one. I know like Luffy, like you guys have been a little try hard a little bit, but I mean, now we've definitely
How come you said
Come into
Luffy
this.
and then you guys? As if
I don't know.
as if I was an entity of people.
I mean, because
R2?
I was like thinking in my brain, I'm
Ah,
like,
that's
I
right,
was
I'm
like thinking
obese.
Luffy first because watch, and then my brain went like, wait, because I mean, technically, if I think about like streaming as a whole, I mean, I know Kaizen was trying to like push, and I mean, I know you were too, but like that's when just went like my brain went clicked over to just you guys instead of just Luffy, but it started off as one, and I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. It's like, my
Luffy had
bad.
great beginnings. We watched the African opener 1 and 2 live on stream together.
My first
It
streams.
was amazing.
Back when I
See, there
mused
we go.
about there was an African opener 3, and that's when I knew I was gonna be big one day.
And now it's completely moot. Doesn't even exist anymore.
But yeah, you heard it here first. Wang is no more. The new Gone Full Casual community will be launching whenever this podcast comes out. So I hope to God that people listen to this podcast, and then when the icon changes 2 hours after the release, no one gets shocked.
I was like, is it 2 or is it 1? I don't even know anymore.
I'll do 2.
We're waiting on Kaizen with that one. I'm like, because he was the one that it's like, I got this. We're gonna just roll it all out and watch people just go, what
I still
happened?
think it's funny that I dropped the ball. I was like, wait, what are we announcing again? I'm not prepared.
Someone's
all
got to
good.
pick it up. Someone's
mean-
got to pick up the ball.
Technically, I mean, if we want to like
Fumble.
talk about it in particulars, like I mean, as great as like What a Nice Gang is, I'm not gonna like, I love and hate that at the same time, just because like I love that like how great that is as an innuendo, but then at the same time like there is that whole connotation of it, and it's like there are a few people that I actually probably like a lot that don't necessarily shut it out, but that don't feel like that great about it. And I feel like we want to hear everyone out and like have this like big community as a whole, like make sure that everyone feels like they can be a part of it. And so like Gone Full Casual is actually is pretty dope. Like I like the new concept.
It
and I
is
feel
more
like people
fitting to our personality.
Yeah,
Mhm.
more
And
and
you
it's
know-
definitely more
it
accepting.
encapsulates more people.
You know what's
Everyone.
really exciting? We're going to be releasing merch that has Gone Full Casual all over it.
I mean, a damn good logo, man.
And not the typical t-shirt and hoodies. No. We're talking about G-string, knee-high
Oh.
socks,
Get that
Jock
shit on
strap.
your butt.
You know,
paddles.
the casual
Paddles.
wear.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Belts and
Exactly.
whips.
Oh, I guess I'll need to do some research.
Like, what else do we need again? Oh, man.
Gotta write this all down, man.
Don't forget handcuffs.
So, for our social medias, for people that are already following the Wang social medias, we'll probably just be changing the names there, so you don't need to follow a new account or anything. So that'll just
Yeah.
automatically move
The
over.
bonus is that none of this is taken yet, so it's literally just gonna be Gone Full Casual for like all of this. Just pretty
Yeah,
simple
it'll
name
be-
change, thankfully.
Yep.
It'll be
Short is
nice and
GFC.
painless.
What?
I said it'll be nice and painless.
I heard penis.
What else is new?
Of course you did.
Getting into dangerous territory there.
I said painless.
All right. So, what else do we have on our checklist of things before we
Speaking
fully
of social
close
media,
out?
we're absolutely looking for a social media intern to run our social media for us. Just know the word intern means you get no money.
Yeah, there's nothing. If
But-
you just want to help us, like
If
if
you
you
want to help
enjoy
us,
our
you want some
content, you wanna-
experience.
yeah, like you want to
We'll
help.
pay
help the
you
game.
an exposure.
We will tell all the companies you apply to, yeah, that guy was pretty cool.
It looks great on your resume.
Thumbs up.
All you have to do is put GFC, social media manager, on your
Whoa, I don't know
portfolio.
about manager, maybe assistant.
No, it's okay.
GFC LLC.
Don't worry, because then when they put manager and then they call us, we'll just be like, "What the fuck were you talking about?"
Who is
Like
this?
manager. I mean, I coordinated something. I don't know what
said
it was.
intern, not manager.
Hey, manager implies that you're managing something. Intern. All right, but if you're interested in that position, please hit up boila@gmail.com. I don't think that's an
actually
actual
have a-
email.
I was like, does that
I
work?
think somebody else has that email.
Well, that guy's
I
gonna
don't
get a
have an email.
bunch of. No, that guy's probably gonna get one email. I was
I'm
listening to your.
applying for the GFC internship. What the heck are you talking about?
Who
What?
are you?
Who
Stop
are you?
emailing me.
All right,
I mean,
just-
literally, if you're on the Discord, you could easily like DM.
yeah,
you know, one of
DM
us
one of us.
is-
Don't email boila@gmail.com.
I mean, you can, but you probably won't get a very nice email back.
You probably won't get a reply.
It probably is not gonna be Boila. Just no.
Probably asking what kind of underwear you're wearing.
No,
and
some
shit.
some guy's gonna reply like, "Help! I'm a Nigerian prince that needs to deposit money somewhere."
Oh,
All right, but yeah, if you enjoyed our podcast, if you want to listen to future podcasts, they'll be under the community name Gone Full Casual. So this WANG State of the Wing podcast will actually begin and conclude on this episode. So
Yes.
if you did
I
like
mean-
it, please share this podcast or video wherever I upload it somewhere. Just share it around with your friends. Be like, yo, check out this cool group of streamers that literally don't talk about anything useful for like an hour or 30 minutes.
hey man, I mean, we talked about game content. It's
If,
good.
if you didn't like this podcast, please comment on our social media or something so that we can ban you.
Feels bad, man.
Feels bad.
No, I got you. If you enjoy our content, please like our tweet. If you did not enjoy it, please retweet this tweet. That's right. Exposure that way, either way.
Whoa, that's a great idea. Do that one of those things where it's like thumbs up if you liked our content. If you hated our content, retweet.
Subscribe, smash the button. Yeah, yeah.
Always
Smash that
make sure
like.
you just use the meme, nobody, and then us.
Oh yeah. God, so many.
All right. Well, you guys want to close it out?
What did we say we would say?
I got to watch this. Just follow my lead. It's your boy, Luffy TV.
It's your boy.
And I've gone full casual.
Oh,
Where'd everyone
it's
else
your
go?
girl Karma, and I've gone full casual.
It's your boy Kaizen, and I've gone full casual.
It's your boy Amoyla, and I have gone full casual.
I didn't hear the C in that. I heard gone full
Casual.
casual.
Yes, as usual.
I've got full casual.